So hello everyone, welcome to this another video of this channel. I'm Abhishek Verma and you are watching a special video on the occasion of our Independence Day. As you know, Har Ghar Tiranga Muhim is going on. Around 2 years ago, I made a video where I have hosted the flag with the help of a Java Swing application. That video got around 500 plus views and around 19 likes. So this time I thought to recreate the video but with the help of Spring Boot MVC. So as you know that currently Spring Basics with Spring Boot series is going on. That's why I have chosen Spring Boot this time. Now, the complete details of Spring MVC I will tell you whenever we will start with the Spring MVC series. So here, as of now, this is just going to be a very short video where we will directly create the application, then I am going to push the code on the GitHub, and later on I'm also going to deploy it on the particular cloud platform. So here for the cloud platform, I have made usage of the render platform. The only reason for using it was that it didn't ask me for the credit card, and also it is providing me around 750 hours free of cost. That's why what I will do is I have hosted the application there and it will remain hosted till 15th of August midnight. So if you wish, you can recreate the application and then you can host the flag, or if you wish, you can just click on that particular link and you can host the flag. After that, I will bring the application down. Now, one thing which you may say is that on the desktop browser, that particular thing is going to work fine. But in the mobile browser, you will see that the flag is a little bit distorted here. So here, I don't want to do any kind of disrespect for our national flag. The only thing is I'm not good in UI, and there I need your bit help. Now, in order to help me, what you can do is you can simply download the code and you can update the .html file. If I will feel that everything is working fine and it is responsive as per the mobile screen also, I will update the code here so that later on whenever someone will see, they will feel the complete correct thing only. Besides this, another thing which you guys need to do is that you need to like the video and share it with more and more people, so that this time we can get more views and more likes as compared to the video which I created around 2 years ago. Let's see in how much time we will be able to break that particular record. So now without wasting any more time, let's directly get started. So now we are in the IDE and let's start creating the project from scratch. So we'll go to this file, we'll go to new and select Spring Starter Project. Now if you wish, you can take direct help of Spring Initializer also, but believe me, both options are going to work fine only. So here let's provide the name of the project as Har Ghar Tiranga. So here it will go something like this. Then we will say the type is going to be Maven. We are not going to create with Gradle, and Java version, let's go with 17. Yeah, because you know in my machine it is 17 version only. Then here, let me give my name here as I always do for this one. Generally, it is going to be your company name, the reverse URL of your company, as I always say. So artifact ID will remain same. And here also, let me choose this only for the package. Rest other things, if you wish, you can change. Now let's go for next. And here we need to choose the options. Now, first of all, I need to deploy it on the web. So for this, I will be choosing the option of web here. Now again, you see so many options. So I will be selecting for this Spring Web. Now another thing you see that here we need a particular UI also. So here this theme leaf is going to be easier for us. So let's select this one also. And one of the last thing which we are going to select is DevTools. So here let's select this DevTools also. Now why I'm selecting this DevTools is, if you remember, generally whenever we create any project, okay, so let's say I have created a project, now I have started working on it, and later on if I need to make any of the changes, so I need to stop the project again, then I need to restart the project. So again and again I need to do this. Now I don't want to do that. I want it to do some auto reloading so that it reloads automatically. For this purpose we need DevTools. More details I will tell you in my separate video, which is the part of Spring Basics with Spring Boot playlist. So here you see that we have got this project created, and now let's go to this pom.xml to verify the things. So here let me just increase the size a bit. So I hope this size is going to work fine for you. Otherwise you will say me that okay Abhishek, we were not able to see the content. Okay, so this artifact ID and everything looks fine, and here believe me guys, we don't need all these properties. So let me just remove all of them from here simply. Here we can see all these dependencies are there which we selected. For theme leaf, web is there, DevTools is there. Testing we are not going to do as of now, so let's simply remove it. If you wish, you can keep also, but what I always say is that whenever you don't need anything, just remove it. Okay, make your things simple here, guys. Now here, one more thing is that at end of the project, we need to create a jar file also, and it may provide us some default name, which we don't want. So I want my jar file name to be as this Har Ghar Tiranga only. So what I'll do is in this build section, I will be selecting this tag as final name. So I'll select this final name and I'll provide this, so that now my jar file name is going to be as Har Ghar Tiranga only, and there is no something like 00 hyphen snapshot will not come into the jar version. So this is how your things are going to look like. Now it is giving you some errors in src test java. Obviously it will give because you have removed the testing dependency. So let's delete this part also. Now here, let's go to main resources, and here we have application.properties file. So by default, this is going to come. Now, since it is going to be a web application, it will be hosted on some port number. By default, port number is 8080. Otherwise, if you wish, you can change it with the help of this. As of now, let me still keep it as 8080 only. Even if you don't write, then also it will remain as 8080 only. So this is looking good. Now let me go to this main part, and here you see it is looking something like this. Now in the name, I don't want it to be as application. Okay, so what I want is I want to remove it from this application. So let me just go here and select rename, and here let me remove this particular part. Like if you wish, you can keep it as it is also. Otherwise, if you wish, you can remove. So this looks a shorter name, Har Ghar Tiranga. Okay, and yeah, rest everything is fine here. Now the next thing is we need to create a controller here. So for this, what I'll do is I'll just go here and I'll say a class here, and let's call it as home controller. I mean, here we are not going to do anything much, so let's just call it as home controller only. And here in the package also, let's make it as controller. So dot controller, this new one we are going to create here. So this is how it is going to look like. Now if you are watching my series of Spring Basics with Spring Boot, then you know that here I will be using an annotation so that I can create a bean. I can either go for component, or the better one is @controller. So I'll be writing this one only as @controller. Now why is it not giving me? So yeah, now it is working fine. So @controller is there. Now afterwards, I need to create the endpoint here. So just a simple one I will be creating, and I'll say here public, and here I will say, let's say string, and here let's say host flag, something like this, looking good. And here let's call it like this. Now the next part is I need to create it as a get mapping. So I will be saying here it as get mapping. So this is how this is going to look like. And in the return, what I'll do is I will return the name of the page. So here you see, although I'm saying it is going to return a string, but actually this is going to return you the name of HTML page. So the name of my HTML page is going to be flag here. So that page is yet to be created, but as of now it is looking something like this. So let me just do a Control Shift O, Control Shift F, and this is how the control looks like. So a simple thing only. Now let's give it a start and see how it is going to look as of now. So let me just start it from here. So as you can see, I'm starting, and since we are making usage of DevTools, that's why it is showing here restarted main thread, not the main thread. So you see that this is working fine, and it has started the application on port number 8080. So let's go here and see how the things are going to look like. So we'll go to this local host and we'll say here :8080. So currently you see I'm getting the error. Now why I'm getting the error is because this 8080 is pointing to that home controller only. There is only one get mapping, but there when I say return, so currently this file flags.html is not available, hence it is giving me this kind of error. So what we will do is we'll go back to our code, something here. Now you see I'm not going to stop the code. So that is the magic here. Okay, now I want a file. Now that file is going to be static in nature, so we will keep it under this templates, and believe me, that is going to be a very big file. So instead of creating it from scratch, what I'll do is I'll just go to this simply my downloads folder. I have already kept the things, and let me just copy this flag.html. So I'll copy it and paste it under the templates part. So here you can see under templates we are getting this particular file, and this is how it is going to look like. Each and everything is here. Now believe me guys, I'm not expert in the UI part, so I have not created this on my own. Instead I have taken help of ChatGPT, and still believe me, AI cannot take your job even after this, because even ChatGPT was not able to provide me the complete content. So then I also took help of one of my friend who has little bit more knowledge than me in UI. So his name is Ivani. So he helped me here in order to create this particular file. But still there are some of the issues in this file which I will request you guys to help me with this. Okay, that also I'll tell you that how you can help me in this particular part. As of now, let's leave it as it is only. Yeah. And here, so yeah, let me just close this. So now you see that I have just simply added it here. And what I will do is, as of now I have not stopped, so let me go back here and refresh this page. Let's see whether it will get loaded or not. So by the time I was speaking to you, it got loaded here, and here you see everything is looking nice. Okay, so this is how it will look, and the moment you will click on this host flag, so it will appear like this. So the message is coming and this is still coming. So what happens is that when you will see it in the desktop, then it will look nice. But if you are opening this URL in your mobile phone, then it will be little bit distorted here. Hence, I request you that please open it in desktop only. Okay. And here I tried my best. Even my friend tried his best only, but still we were not able to resolve that issue. So if any one of you is good in HTML, what I'll do is I will push it on the GitHub, and there what you can do is you can download it, and again you can provide me a pull request. So I'll check whether your code is working fine or not, and that I will merge into mine. So that way we are going to do here. So just pardon me that in mobile screens it is not looking fine. Okay, we are not at all trying to disrespect here. And here you see that all my links are available. So if you're not connected with me in any of the places, so you can just click on this: YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Telegram, and GitHub. All links are available here. Now you will say that, okay, Abhishek, this is in localhost 8080 only. So was it the only thing you wanted to show? The answer is no. As I told you, we are going to host it on the cloud also. So for this, what I'll do is I'll again go back here, and here let me just simply close it as of now. So this I have closed here. And the next thing which we are going to do here is that we will be adding a Docker file here. The reason of adding the Docker file I'll tell you very soon, but again that is available here. So still currently if you are not aware how to add Docker file, what is the purpose of Docker file, then no need to worry. Later on, I will be having a specific playlist where I will be showcasing you about the Docker file. Okay, so currently this is how it is. So it is taking help of JDK 17, and here also I'm exposing it on port number 8080, and the jar file I will be renaming it to as app.jar. So this is how it is going to look like. Rest all other things are same. So just a simple thing. Now what we will do is we will just simply push it on the Git. So that is the number one thing which we need to do here. Now for pushing this onto the Git, what we need is we need to go to this location. So let's say properties, and let's go to this particular place. So now we are on this particular part, guys. So let's go inside this, and here let's initialize the Git. So for this, I'll select this one and say a git bash. So as of now, I have not created the repository. I'm going to do it from the scratch. So here let me say git init, something like this. So now you say this .git folder has been created here. Now what we are going to do is that we need to create this repository on the GitHub also. So for this, let's go to this GitHub, and here, so on localhost, let me just stop it. Okay, so here this is the one, and currently you see there are so many public repositories, and all these are for you only, guys. Okay, so you see Spring Basics with Spring Boot, interview questions, multi-threading, concurrency, all these things are available to you for free. Code is also available, videos are also available. So the only thing is you need to watch them. So now let's create a new one. So let's go here, and here let me choose the same name as Har Ghar Tiranga. If you wish, you can go by a different name also. It's not an issue. Okay, so that is also fine. Let's make it as public, and let's add a readme.file, or if wish, as of now let's not add it here. And here let's choose the git ignore as Maven, so that it don't upload the unwanted files which are not required. So we have chosen as Maven, and let's create the repository. So this is how we are creating the repository. It is still taking some time. I'm not sure why, but here, as you can see, it may be my network speed is not fine now, but yeah, these things happen. So now let's wait. So yeah, this thing is created, and currently you see this is empty only. There is nothing except a dot get ignore. So I'll go here and I'll choose this one. So I'll copy this. I'll go back to this particular one, and here let me just type it as git remote, something like this, and then I will say add, and then I'll say origin, and then I will be providing the link. So my repository link I will be providing here, and now it is looking something like this. Now after this, currently let's try to do a git status here. So if we do a git status, and let me make the screen large, so you see currently nothing has been added to that particular repository. Okay, so all these files are still not committed. So let's add all of them in just a single go, just by saying git add dot. Again, if you wish, I can create a separate video for this GitHub tutorial also. So this we have done, and now let's see how it is going to look like. So again, if we do a git status, so you see now they have been added, but still we need to commit them. So let's commit. So we will see here git commit -m, and here let's do an initial update, guys. So with this we are doing, sorry, not initial update. I don't know why again and again I just keep on calling it as initial update. Okay, so earlier also while practicing I did it in the same way. Now let me do a git push, and with git push it is giving me the error. So let me choose this particular one and again paste it here, guys. So this is how it is going to look like. So we have pasted the command, and now I hope that everything has been pushed here. So let me just update it. So now you see I'm having two branches. One is main. So in main branch we are not having anything, and in the master branch we are having all these things. So src main, git ignore, docker file, pom.xml, and everything is there. Now one thing which you need to ensure here is that your docker file is directly under this particular folder. So that is one of the major things which you need to take care in this particular part. So now this one is looking good. Now let's go for the next part, and for this we will take help of render. So again, guys, let me tell you in advance, this is not any kind of a promotion. Okay, first of all, I tried to go with AWS, but then there were some issues. I was getting issue with my credit card and everything, and was unable to create an account. So then I heard about this render, and I thought let's try to use it. Okay, so this is again a kind of a cloud only, where you can directly deploy your applications quickly and simple steps. That's the best part. And one of the another best part is you don't need to provide anything like credit card. Just click on this sign in somewhere here and create a new account. So only these things you need to provide here, and that's it. It will be created. One of the drawback here is that it doesn't provide you an option to directly deploy a Java application or a Maven application. That I will consider it as a drawback here, and that's why we need to take help of Docker file. So once you have logged in, then it will appear something like this. And currently it is just a free tier, so even you can use this particular one. We'll talk about this after some time. Now let's select deploy a web service. Yeah, so let me select something like this. Now here the next thing is I need to, like, there are two options. Either I can pull the complete code from the GitHub, GitLab, or Bitbucket, or another option is that I'm having a Docker file or a Docker image, and that Docker image I'll directly provide here. So that Docker image, if you wish, you can push in Docker Hub and then you can deploy it. But as of now, I'm not having, because even Docker was not installed in my machine. So I'll just go to Git provider. I'll select GitHub, and here I need to provide the access. So it is asking me for providing the access, whether you wish to provide access to all repositories or a selected one. So I'll say I'll provide access to a selected one only. And here let me select the selected one. What is that particular one? Okay, here it goes, Har Ghar Tiranga. Okay, so I just want to provide access to this one only, and let me click on install. So now you see that it will show the same name here. So let me click on this and say connect. So that's it. These are the steps which you need to do. Believe me, nothing different. Now here you can give the name. Now this is the name of your web service. It can be different from your project name. It can be different from your repository name. It can be anything. Okay. As of now, let's keep it as this only. Now here, as I mentioned you, that in language, currently it is not directly supporting Java. So if the render team is listening us, then they should directly support Java also. like they are supporting other languages. Otherwise, we just need to take help of Docker for doing all these things. So let's take this. Now here the branch. This is important, guys. So if you remember, I was having two branches. So here also I can show you there are two branches, master and main, and my code is available in master. So I need to choose here the correct branch, that is master. Then I need to choose the location. Now this location needs to be a nearby only, so that we don't get a high ping here. Okay. So for this, what I'll do is let's select, and the nearest one which I can see is Singapore only. Okay, for India, this is the nearest one among all these. So let me select this root directory, nothing, and here let me just say free. So this is fine. I don't need to do anything here. Okay, so I will be just using free, and here I will be getting around 512 MB. So it may not be possible to do each and everything here, but at least for me it is going to be fine. Now environment variable, I don't see any environment variable as of now. So let it be like this only. In advanced also I don't need to do anything. So let it be default only. And let me say deploy web service. So now it may take around 1 minute or 2 minutes, and I'll tell you that how the things have went. So currently you see it is showing me this building, and here it is just started the things. So you see that it was able to check the things from this particular repository, that is Har Ghar Tiranga, and after this it is showing me that okay, it has taken from the master branch, and this is how with the help of Docker file it is creating the things for us. So it is trying to build the image. So let's see whether it will show us any kind of error here or whether it is going to work fine. So I'm just waiting for this one. So now as you can see, the most part has been already done here, and the build is success also. So it was able to create the jar file, then it was able to push it also. So all those things have been done, and now it is actually trying to deploy. So now the deployment part of your application is starting, and as you can see on the top, we are getting this particular Spring banner. Then it is saying started this application Har Ghar Tiranga with Java version as 17, and the by default profile is default here. Okay, so this is currently it is showing, and this is still in progress. So I'll tell you whether it will go to done or whether it will show me any failure. So now as you can see, it is showing me Tomcat initialized with port 8080. So what happened was that it tried to do some kind of restart here. Okay, so this 8080 is not its default port. So 8080 is generally a default port of your web applications, but for this render it is not a default port. Hence it was getting some little bit difficulty initially. That's why it automatically did 2-3 restarts, and after this it is showing me that your service is live and detected a new port 8080. So let's go on top. Now the thing is that if our application is live as it is visible here, what is the URL of my application? So if you see, this is going to be the URL of my application. So I'll just click on it, and here let's hope that everything will work fine. So yeah, this is how the things are going to look. And again, if I click on this, so it is showing me Happy Independence Day 2024. So this is how the things are going to work fine, and let's verify whether these links are working or not. Otherwise you can't tell me that okay Abhishek, this was not working, that's why we didn't subscribe to you. Okay, so let's see. Okay, this is working fine. It is taking me to YouTube. Is it taking me to Instagram? The answer is yes. Is it taking me to LinkedIn? The answer is yes. Is this one taking me to Telegram? The answer is yes. And this one obviously is taking me to the GitHub page. So there also the answer is yes. So all these links are working fine, and this is how it is going to look like. Again, as I mentioned you that here this is looking nice in the desktop, but the moment if you are going to open this in your mobile screen, because I'm assuming most of you are going to watch the video in the mobile. So if you will open the same link in the mobile phone, then it may not appear fine. So for that, I'm still having regret for this, and what you guys can help me is that here this repository is available to you for free. Okay, so I'm directly providing the repository access to you guys. So what you can do is you can download it, and then you can re-upload your version also, where each and everything is working fine if you are good in UI. If everything will work, I'll just try to upload. It may be possible that by the time you are watching the video, you see an uploaded version also. So if you wish, you can add your name somewhere here also, that who has provided that particular part, but just provide your name here. Okay, don't put the complete copy mark, then I'm not going to accept that particular one. Another thing which you can do is that here I will keep the thing as hosted till what I can do here is that currently it is 12th of August. So let it be like something like 15th of August. So by 15th of August, midnight, I'll keep this thing hosted as it is. Okay. Now some of you may feel that, okay, Abhishek, if you are going to host, will it cost you more money? The answer is no. That is not going to be the case. And that is one of the again reason to choose this particular one. Let me show you why. Because here if we go, so let's try to go to this particular as settings. Here is the point where I wanted to go. So remaining free usage. So if you see, what happens is that every month it is going to provide you around 750 hours. Now I tried to divide it by 12 and it came out to be like 31 days. Okay, but that's not a case. Okay, if there are more people are going to use it, then it will be an issue. Or if multiple applications you are deploying, then also it's a separate thing. So it is not going to be costly. Currently it is going to be completely free for me, even if I deployed it for complete 1 month. Then also it is going to be the case. That's why it's not an issue. After that, I may bring it down. So in order to bring it down, what I just need to do is I'll just go back here, and here under settings, you see there are two options. So one option is to suspend the web service, which means I will just bring it down. So then if you will try to open this particular URL, it will show you that, okay, the admin or the author has brought the service down. And the other one is delete web service, where I'm going to remove this completely. So currently I'm not going to neither delete it nor suspend it. I'll leave it as it is. After 15th, I'll see whether we should suspend it or delete it depending on the number of views you will be providing. And I hope now you will be also able to host a flag with the help of your Spring Boot application. And let's see you in some next video. Thanks everyone. Jai Hind.